Hi everybody, this is Raleigh for another spot on my channel. I hope that you find this one interesting. Today we'll be looking at an awesome fish farm member. Stay tuned as we delve a little bit more into her personal space with regards to fish keeping. Stay tuned. So today we have an awesome fish farm. I guess some of you might be familiar with her.
Oh my gosh.
Aquatics and forests. Thank you, uh, Daniel, for being with us today on another on the spot. I hope that I am not putting you too much on the spot, but we get to know a little bit more about each other as we.
Hi Riley, and thank you for having me on Fishkeeping Jamaica. I really appreciate the chance to be able to sit and chat with you.
Chewy, should I? From now I'll be referring to you as Miss Furry. For you know you have aquatics and furries. I've been calling you Miss Furry. And Miss Furry as in furry flowers, furry jacket, furry. Right. Awesome. To start us off, I'd like to ask you the question: how long have you been within the fish keeping hobby?
So when I lived at home, we always had a pond, we always had fish, we had koi's and goldfish. So I was used to having that interaction with fish and the noise of the moving water. So when I moved out, I really missed that. So I went out and got my first tank, and that's the start of it. So that would be like 4 years ago. But active in the hobby, I'd say probably 3, because it took me a year to 6 months sort of time to start actually researching what would be best for the fish. And then that grew and became what it is today.
Getting a little bit more into the more personal side of you, could you share with our viewers uh, what's up with the name aquatics and forest?
It kind of seemed like an obvious choice because I had the furries, so my 2 dogs and my cat, and because I have so many tanks, it just seemed like that way everyone's going to know exactly what they're going to be seeing when they see my channel pop up. So there was no real fault behind it, but I really liked it and it worked for me anyway. I don't know what anyone else thinks of it.
Alright, you all know that especially females, they have an awesome role to play within the home, right? You as a female, how do you find time to be so involved with the hobby of fish keeping? Because you know it takes a lot of time, right? And you also have some furry friends, your dog and your puss, or you call cat, right? Jamaican call them puss. Um, how do you find time to be, to equate uh, work and chores and the hobby itself?
I'm fortunate enough that I don't fully work. I do part-time help out at a local animal shelter. To me, I generally walk their dogs just to make sure they're getting that exercise that they need. But that leaves me plenty of time at home when everyone's out to do anything else that I need. So I can mess around with as much water as I want and I'm not getting in anyone's way. So, and to me that is my personal time. It is what I enjoy doing. I love redecorating the tanks and cleaning them out and making sure the fish are happy, as well as taking the dogs on lovely walks through fields and countryside. That is my personal time. And then it just leaves the evening for the family as well as the weekends. So I don't really struggle greatly with balance. I'm quite fortunate, and I know that.
Right. The next question really interested as it is a part of the question before. We were talking about families and all that. Uh, by any chance, do you believe that, or do you think, or do you have the notion that your family members have uh, become, what I call it now, they feel as if you have actually excluded them from the hobby, or they feel as if you are not spending enough time with them because of the hobby? uh, Share with us as to this aspect of the hobby, your personal life, and being an everyday, jovial, nice individual, looking so good.
Because I'm able to do all my tank maintenance, my dog walks and everything else that needs to be done during the day, I don't think there's any excluding happening, because I've still got all that time left to spend with them. I have tried to kind of bring them into the hobby, and my niece kind of thought about it for a little while and then decided, nah, fish tank no, hamster yes, and we'll see what happens there. But there's no real issues. Unfortunately, they're not as into it as I'd like them to be. Like, even the slightest would be good. Each to their own, as the saying goes.
Wow, that's interesting. I have asked this question to many fish keepers out there, and they all have presented several different responses. I would like to ask you this question: what is your main inspiration in fish keeping?
Don't know what to say. I'm gonna say goldfish.
So now that you have shared with us how the name come about, aquatics and forests, share with us now, being it that you are a part of the fish farm, share with us now your favorite fish and why.
And why? Can't say I have a single favourite fish. Okay. I'm gonna say goldfish, but all of the goldfish, not just one goldfish, because I just can't choose one. So if that's cheating, I'm sorry, I'm cheating. I love all my goldfish. They're very personable. They come up to the glass. They'll eat out my hands. They are just like having a little water puppy. And every time you walk past the tank, they beg for food. It's this, yeah, they're very amusing and personable. So I'm gonna say all of them though, not just one. That's fine. They're my favourites.
Okay. If you, not only you, my name is Parry, right? But the rest of the viewers have been following the hashtag family, fish tag family. They realize that several trips have been made to Peru, looking at the natural habitat of several fish species that are kept within the fish keeping hobby. JH just came back from one a few days ago. Miss Furry, if you are given the chance, the opportunity to travel to a country to view the aquatic life forms, or should I say the aquatic, the natural aquatic nature of a specific area, where on earth would you love to go? Okay, I know that you travel a lot, right? I've communicated with you on several occasions, and I know that for a fact that you are in Europe, you are in England, right? So I know that you travel a lot. How do you keep abreast, or should I say, keep check on your pets, especially your fish, when you're not at home?
I do travel a lot. I'm very fortunate to be able to do so and see so much of the world and different countries and such, especially America. I seem to be there a lot. What do I do when I travel? Depends. I'm gonna say that. So there's always one constant. There is always a family member that comes and stays at the house. So it's someone that the dogs know and trust that comes and lives in their home. So my dogs are rescues, and I don't want them to feel that they're being put out or anything like that. I want them to feel safe and secure. So I find that's going to be the best way to do so for them. As for the tanks though, that all depends what's going on. So whoever's looking after the dogs will be taught how to feed the frogs. Other than that, if I am away for less than like 10 days, then say 4 days before, I'll go in the filters and check the impellers cleaned, the sponges have been rinsed out, and everything's just going to work while I'm away as best that I can know. I can't tell the future, but everything's prepped for me to go at least. And then the day before I go away, it's a big water change, and then changing the filter floss so that doesn't get full of gunk. And then that's it. The lights are on auto. If I have a spare automatic feeder, then I'll put that on, but I do it on like the lowest setting. So there's only like a few grains getting put in the tank. Again, I don't want to overfeed the tank when I'm not there and I have water issues. And then that's it. If it's less than 10 days, that's it. The only time I can't do that is when there's fry, especially young fry. Like the older they get, they're okay. But when they're new fry, they need the water changed at least 3 times a week, and obviously need to be fed at least twice a day. But that's a variable. So, but when I'm away, sorry. But when I'm away for like 2 weeks or more, then I kind of do the same. I do check the filters still to make sure no impellers are going to get blocked and that the sponges are clean. And I'll do my normal water change as and when I would normally that week. But I do then have people that come in while I'm away. They'll come around once each week, say, and do my water changes for me, just because I don't want to leave them 2 weeks. Because I've done that before, and it can be a hard mess to come back to when it's longer than 2 weeks. So, especially with so many tanks running as well, you never know if something's going to happen in just one, and then you don't want to come back to that. So yeah, I have people for when it's 2 weeks and more. So I would just like to say thank you, Riley, for having me on your channel again. I have really enjoyed the questions that you threw at me, and I hope everyone else watching this did enjoy it as well. So if you do want to check out my channel, Aquatics and Fairies, it will be great to have you there as well. Obviously you're going to see some aquatics and some fairies. Catch you later.
Thank you very much for watching. I appreciate you watching. I appreciate my guests for accepting the opportunity to share with you, my viewers. Check out her channel. You can see the link in the description below. The awesome channel, very interested, as you can see, a very interesting lady, right? Alright, cool. So you can check her out, and don't just check her out, subscribe, share, and like. Peace. Riley here, FKJ, Irie.
Fish